Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Think Global podcast. Today's date is December 19th, 2020, and I am your host, International Seth. Today with me, we have my brother, my good friend, all the way back in the motherland. We're going to discuss with him about international travel. If you like our content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We're trying to grow this and make our audience as big as possible. This is a global phenomenon here at Think Global Podcast. Welcome to my guest, Mr. Jamaal Ali. How you doing, brother? Thank you for coming on the show today.
Man, I am fantastic, Yusef, and thank you for having me, brother. It's
Oh,
a pleasure to be able to contribute to your mission.
thank you, man. Appreciate you coming on, man. It's good to see you're in good spirits and good health. We do have a segment on our show that we like to have all our guests take part of. It's a 10 seconds where we allow our guests to be on the world call. All right. And that's when we give our guests 10 seconds to name off some of the countries that you've been to. Now, I know that you already have one on your belt because obviously you're not in the US right now, but let's get you on the world call. Ready? Go.
Jamaica, Canada, Mexico, South America, and now Africa.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My man is a global traveler. He got some notches under his belt. Welcome to the show again, Mr. Jamaal Ali. Why don't you just let the audience know exactly, give you a little bit of background about yourself and, where you're from?
Well, I was originally born in Macon, Georgia, but I was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I've lived in Dallas, Texas for 8 years. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia for 20 years, and been back in Cincinnati for a couple of years. So been bouncing around for a little while. Was in college in Virginia Union, Richmond, Virginia. Also went to college momentarily in Texas. So I've been around a little bit.
Okay, but we originally met when in Atlanta. I know that you had a lot of your roots are from Georgia. I consider you a Southern soul brother, man. You know, really good guy, man. And you recently wrote a book, correct?
I did.
Okay, so
Yes.
the title of your book, and I'm going to go order it later on today, is "Broke to Bentley: My Journey to Success." What made you write this book, and what is the book about?
Well, I was just inspired to write it just to basically tell a little bit of my story. You hear this saying that everybody has a book in them. You know, some people have two or three, and some people probably have a book in them that they need to stay in them, right? Don't need to let it come out. But I just thought it'd be nice to share a little bit about my story. Number one, for the benefit of my kids to let them know that, hey, you can do what you want to do. Your dad wrote a book. If you want to do something, I'm a perfect example of that. The book is just a little bit about my life that I wanted to share. And I wrote that particular book with the idea for it to be a series. So there's two books coming after it. So it'll be a series of three. So one will build upon the other. So Broke to Bentley is about, it's about transformation. It's really not about the Bentley. Whether you're going from broke to Bentley or from the outhouse to the penthouse or from poverty to riches, it's about transformation. It's about people moving from where they are to where they want to be. And the only way that you can do that is you have to change internally in order for that to happen. So that's what we highlight in that particular book. But then again, it's not about the Bentley. It's about what it takes to get the Bentley. Mm-hmm. And that is the title of book number 2, because it's about what it takes. So whether it's the Bentley or the Volkswagen or the Ford Focus, the process is the same in terms of going after what you want. So we wanted to just interject that into the mainstream.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very well spoken and a great idea. I have myself hasn't read it, but I'm interested now to take a look at it. I'm going to order it available on Amazon. So let me take a look at that, and I'll get back with you with all my feedback. But yeah, you talked about the transformation. I think that this is very important aspect of life, right? Because it takes a lot for somebody to want to change, right? Oftentimes people get caught in the same kind of routine day in and day out, and they kind of feel comfortable within their daily routine, their daily life. But in order to kind of adjust and say, hey, maybe there's something more, or maybe there's other things that I want to do, quote unquote, change, right? I want to I want to go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? So you just talk about the ambition and like what drove you to lead to this transformation.
Well, as I look back on my life, I just wasn't satisfied with where I was at, and not that I was in a bad place, but I knew that there was something more. There's something else to life out there, and I wanted to go and explore. And so I just took a deep look inside myself and said to myself, okay, what do I need to change to make Jamaal better, right? The little things, some of the big things, and all those things in between. But what is it that I need to do to change Jamaal so that I get a different outcome? And so I took inventory of myself, and I was honest with myself. And even though, as I said, I wasn't in a bad place, wasn't in a bad space, there's something more. So to me, life is about evolving. When we get to that point where we're so-called comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
we're in our comfort zone, that can be detrimental in a lot of ways, unless your comfort zone is something really, really, really special.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't comfortable. And you hear the saying that you have to be uncomfortable. This is where the success comes in. As an athlete, man, when the coach has us out there running lines, man, that ain't fun. You know what I'm saying? And them suicides is rough, man. And as a football player, when you got to run 100-yard sprints and 40-yard dashes and 40-yard sprints and things, that's not fun.
No.
So the progress and the success comes in the discomfort, not the comfort. So this is something that we need to really instill in our children, that you got to work for it. If as they say, no pain, no gain. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know one of
Yes,
the things
sir.
that we always have discussed about in our relationship is kind of finding something that's something of value to you, or living with a purpose, right? I know that
Mm-hmm.
you have contributed to lots of like organizations around the Metro Atlanta area. You were volunteering when we had the Back to Basics Kids Foundation and the summer camps in the inner city community. Lots of religious and social and business organizations. Can you just talk about what living with the purpose means to you and how you're facilitating that?
That's a great question, man. Living with a purpose. We are all put here with something special. All of us, we have something special. I say to people all the time, that we're familiar with the idea that your fingerprint is unique to you only. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
has a fingerprint like yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
But did you know the reason why they tagged the big toe in the morgue is because nobody has a toe print like yours? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's how unique you are. Nobody has an eye print like yours.
Mm.
Your voice, you have the only voice in the world like yours.
Mm.
Your ears, nobody in the world has an ear like yours. So we're so unique.
Mm.
But the problem is that we don't ascribe to our uniqueness. Everybody want to be like Mike,
Mm-hmm.
you see, and instead of being themselves. You see, if Michael Jordan decided that he wanted to be someone else, he would never became Michael Jordan.
Exactly what I was gonna say. All Mike wanted to do was be Mike.
All Mike wanted to do was be Mike, right?
Yeah.
And so that's a sign for us to just be yourself, live with purpose, understand who you are and the value that you have in the world. And the value that you have in the world is you. People want you. There's only one Michael Jordan. There's only one Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And there's only one Jamaal Ali.
Absolutely.
You see,
Yeah.
so I have to present Jamaal Ali to the world and live with purpose. I have to understand who I am and what my value is. And my value is in being myself. And then look into myself and touch base with, connect with the special talents and skills that I have.
Wow.
You're fortunate enough to play professional basketball. Everybody can't do that.
Yeah.
You see, but as a professional basketball player, you had a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can't be a coach, right? And then so you have people in that organization as a professional team where everybody has a little role to play
Mm-hmm.
to make it successful as a team, right? And so we have to understand where we are on the team. What is my
Mm,
role in this game of life,
mm,
right? So we have to find out what our purpose is.
mm,
And a lot of times you hear people saying, "I don't know."
mm-hmm,
Well, I don't buy that.
mm,
You know,
mm,
you may not be man enough or woman enough to say, "This is who I am,"
mm-hmm,
right? But you know. And
mm.
so uh, the more of us that can live on purpose, with purpose, for a purpose, the better the world will be.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, those are really profound words, man. I couldn't agree with you more. And it is hard work, you know. You said that, but it's something that's invaluable, right? Like it has to be done at some point. I think it's something that everybody throughout, no matter where you are across the world, you consider at one point, what is my purpose of living? Why am I here? And what am I supposed to
Mm-hmm.
do? Okay. Now
Yes.
the decisions and actions, are variable, but I think like yourself and others that are within our network have been able to take place and perform and do some kind of action in order to move yourself in the right direction. um, can you talk about, like, was there a pivotal point to try to figure out more about who you are that made your decision to want to venture out and travel and see other places? I know, I saw something on Facebook which you actually did the DNA um, sampling to try to figure out where your ancestry came from.
Yes, man, that was powerful, man. When I did my ancestry, African ancestry DNA, man, that just opened up the floodgates, man, in terms of the possibility. So when I found out that I share maternal DNA with the Fula or Fulani people
Mm-hmm.
of Sierra Leone, the Timne and Mende people of Guinea-Bissau, as well as the Kru people of Liberia. I was like, wow, that's a lot to digest, right? So now I know that's on my grandmother's side of the family. So my first thing was like, man, I gotta go to Sierra Leone. I
Mm-hmm.
just gotta go, because that's my roots, right? And so as I continued to study and about Sierra Leone and West Africa in general, Sierra Leone in particular, one thing just led me to another, and then I started looking at Ghana, and then I started looking at the Gambia and Senegal, and somehow I wound up in Rwanda. It's it's funny how that happens, man.
Yeah.
But I have all intent of going back to Sierra Leone and going through the process of getting my citizenship there. But once I discovered my roots, Africa just called me and said, "Look, man, you got to come home. You got
Mm-hmm.
to come home and see what it's all about. Connect with your people. Get on the land and just feel the vibrations."
Mm-hmm.
And as an international traveler like yourself, you've been doing this for a long time, right?
Yeah.
So I encourage people out there that are listening, man, like, go somewhere. So I traveled here to Rwanda with, right? That's a part of it, to the culture, to just mesh with the people here, to look at business opportunity, to look at the other countries that I can hit from here. Uganda is close, Kenya is close, Tanzania, Burundi. So I'm in a great place to be able to reach out and touch other countries while I'm here. So very strategic in terms of being here in Rwanda. So it's been a beautiful ride, man. I love it. The people are wonderful. The food is great. The weather is perfect. Don't need no air conditioner nor no heater. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when did you ready get there? I myself and my wife and I, we visited Rwanda in 2000 and just recently 2018. We were there
Okay.
while the World Cup was happening, and her friend was actually positioned there as anesthetist for a teaching anesthesiology to a couple of university students, a couple of university classes. So they were living there for
Mm-hmm.
a year. So it was really easy for us to navigate through the Kigali. We even went over to Uganda and saw the gorillas. But I was just in awe of the place. I mean, it was so fantastic. I say that Rwanda is one of the cleanest countries I've been to, and everybody when they first hear that they think clean for Africa, but I'm thinking no, it's clean for like everywhere you go clean, right? It's like it's a
Right, right.
clean country. So I've been really impressed with the place. They have a really good president, a progressive forward thinker, and of course they have all that history that we'll touch about in a little bit. But I was just really shocked, and when you said that you were going there, my face is lit up. I said, wow, man, that's a good thing, because because then you're gonna go tell your experiences, I'm telling my experiences, and then before you know it, hopefully more people can try to take advantage of this situation. So yeah, how are you
Right.
getting on? When did you get there, and how are you getting on?
I've been here since November 29th.
November
Got here
29th.
November 29th. And so just a little over 2 weeks to go. I'll be here a total of 30 days. I mean, 90 days, I'm sorry, on the continent. But again, I plan to go to, I'm either going to Burundi or Tanzania. Right now, I'm leaning towards Tanzania, and I'll probably spend 3 weeks there as well. Um, so far, I've met some great people, made some great people from a real estate standpoint, which
Hmm.
is one of the other reasons why I'm here to look at the market here in terms of investing in real estate. But my number one thing is the coffee business. I love coffee, and I'm looking at getting into the coffee business here. I don't know where I want to be in the chain, whether I want to purchase a coffee farm and deal with the raw beans and bringing them to market. I don't
Hmm.
know whether I want to be on the end where the product is already produced and I just package it, put my name and brand on it, and export it.
Hmm.
So I'm researching all those opportunities out. But coffee is the main reason why I'm here from a business standpoint.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I met some wonderful people, man. That just I can't get to everybody, man. Everybody's like, man, come see me, man. Let me cook for you, man. Let me do this, man.
Yeah.
Let me hang out with you. Hey, well, welcome to Rwanda, man. We
Yeah.
love you, man. So it's been overwhelming.
Yeah.
It really has, man.
Man, that's fantastic. And yeah, I know Uganda and Rwanda are really famous for their coffee. I didn't know that you're interested in that. It's good to know that. Because I've kind of been exposed here living in Qatar. Obviously, they don't have like coffee is a big thing, cafes and coffee.
Right,
People go and drink
right.
tea, drink their coffee. So I've got a little bit of like flavor from all the different, coffee shops that I've gone to about where their coffee
Hmm.
is coming from, and a lot of them are
Right.
coming from Uganda, Rwanda area. So my
Uh-huh.
wife and I don't know if you knew this, but my wife and I, we actually were building a house in Mozambique, which is not too far away from Rwanda as well, just a little bit
Okay.
southeast from you. And
Hmm.
so that's something maybe I could pass on to you too, because there are also opportunities there in Mozambique. So a different type of flavor, but it's really something that we're trying to have work for us as well.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Mozambique. So that's
yeah,
still considered east, or is that
southeast.
East Africa?
It's south.
Southeast.
Yeah, so it borders on South Africa, and just above it is Tanzania. So you're really,
Okay.
you're literally
Okay.
right there.
All right.
Yeah. So when we went there, we
Wonderful.
went South Africa. We went just to Johannesburg, and then we went to Kruger National Park. We went back to Johannesburg, flew to Maputo, and then we spent a couple of days in Maputo, and then we actually went east of Maputo, which we have our property now. It's called Inhambane. We spent some time in
Hmm.
Inhambane, then we went up to north Mozambique and on to Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, touched
Yeah.
Zanzibar. Yeah, but it was
Uh-huh.
really cool. Yeah, that part of the world, or that part of Africa, is very it's amazing, man. Really good people, really good food, and it's lively. Like the people love you,
Yes.
it's genuine. It's something that's soulful.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So
wonderful. I've been hooked. I've been hooked on the last week or so on the YouTube videos about Dar es Salaam and Zanzibar, man. So I can't get enough of it.
man, it's
And
gonna be amazing when you go visit there. You're gonna like it,
yeah,
love it.
yeah, yeah. It's very interesting, man. I did a lot of research, and again, I looked at a lot of videos on Rwanda, and then all of a sudden I found myself in Rwanda, and I'm seeing the very same things that I've seen on video, right? I'm seeing it live. I'm like, I'm here.
Yeah.
It was an amazing experience, to actually experience it live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's been a beautiful thing, man.
Just talk about a couple of things that you have done since you've been there. I know you went to the Genocide Museum, which is it's a very difficult thing. But what have you done since you've been there?
Yeah, went to the museum, and then we also went out to Lake Kivu,
Oh,
and it was a matter of fact. I'm going to post some YouTube videos on there in three sections that are broken up into the trip out there
mm-hmm.
and seeing all the scenery, the greenery, the mountains, and the hills and the volcanoes and the people and the different forms of modes of transportation. Man, it was absolutely amazing, man.
Mm-hmm.
All the markets along the way, the goats and the cattle, and it was just absolutely amazing, man. And then once we got out there, we hung out at the Serena Hotel where we actually had brunch. An amazing, amazing brunch, man. I mean, one of the best meals I've had. And you know me, I can throw down myself in
Yep,
the kitchen,
yep,
right?
yep.
And
I
so
could
I
vouch
know
for
great
that.
food.
I could definitely
you
vouch for
know,
that. Yeah.
great food, great ambiance, great view of the lake. Uh, we was in there about an hour, and then we got out on the lake and actually boated throughout around the lake, and it started to rain on us. And when it started to rain, the guy who was captaining the boat shot us into this little fishing village, man, so we can get out of the rain, man. That was special because it wasn't playing, right? So now I'm in this little fishing village where the locals, this is what they do, right? They make
Yeah.
their money fishing, man. And it was really, really special, man. I mean, folks had fish. Everybody's seen us when they coming with fish from everywhere. Like, hey, man, you want
Yeah.
some fish? You want your
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to sell some fish. It was so special, man. The
Mm-hmm.
kids, you seen the old time fishing boats.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and even in the Bible, it talks about uh, how the fishermen went out at night
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't catch any fish,
Mm.
right? And so these people are still fishing the same way. They go out at night. They have these nets that they cast over the side of the fish. This
Mm-hmm.
is a story in the Bible, right? They
Mm-hmm.
cast over the side of the boat and they're fishing at night, and this is what they do. I was like, wow, so much has changed over the years, but
Yeah.
a lot of things remain the same, right?
Yeah.
And so we did Lake Kivu, very, very special trip. There's the second largest city here is Musanze.
Mm-hmm.
We went out there, been out there a couple of times. Of course, you hit Musanze on the way to Lake Kivu, but we went out there a couple of days ago to look at some property.
Mm-hmm.
So just hanging out at the different restaurants downtown. My favorite spot here is Camellia
Mm-hmm.
Coffee Shop. Has a little bit of everything from breakfast to lunch to dinner to the whole nine yards. And I love the food. You can get a good meal. I'm talking about a good quality, solid meal for $5.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
and
Uh,
and I know something that you just knowing you, like you're very into your health and nutrition, and again, something living with purpose, right? So for you, I'm sure you're just really in awe of the quality of the vegetables and the fruits and the meat and everything like that, the organicness of it,
yes.
isn't it?
Yes, man. It's matter of fact, I just posted something on my Facebook page where we were coming back from Musanze and we stopped at one of the roadside markets. Um, Beautiful market, man. Everything was fresh, from peas to greens to cabbage to tomatoes, potatoes, plantain, corn, bananas, you name it, right?
Mm.
10-pound bag of onions that they had it broke up in actually two sections for
Yeah.
$1.
Wow.
We talking about organic stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's absolutely amazing. They had live chicken over there, man. You can go out and pick you out a chicken, and what I'm saying? There's rabbits, man. You pick you out a chicken, they wring his neck and clean it for you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're on your way, man.
Oh
it
man.
was it was absolutely
Oh
amazing, man.
man.
So it's a special place, man. There's for a lot of people think that Africa is downtrodden, and you certainly have some areas that are that. I think the average income here in the country is about 150, 200 US dollars a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so people on one level is having a really hard time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make $300, $400 a month, man, you're middle class,
Yeah.
right? But then I just viewed a property a half an hour ago before coming on here,
Mm-hmm.
right next door to where I'm staying. It's a gentleman, and he and his wife, he's a pharmacist,
Mm-hmm.
and he just built up this property, man, for the last 5 years, and he's just about to rent it out. The rooms in there start, the apartments starting there at $1,500 a month.
Mm.
I'm talking about it's plush,
Mm.
right? Marble everywhere, tile everywhere.
Mm.
You know, I looked at a property the other day for $3,000 a month,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so there's a lot of poverty here, but there's a people here got some money too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
so this is a advanced, developed city. Has a wonderful government. And here's the thing that a lot of people know about Rwanda that would probably trip them out as well. 60% or more, maybe 64, 65% of the parliament here, if you will, are women.
Female. Female.
You see what I'm saying? So this is the progressiveness of this leader here, where you have that type of percentage of women in parliament here. So women are very, very valuable in the country, as they should be. Uh, the coffee business that I'm looking at, the one particular coffee station I looked at the other day, cafe, shall we say, all of the coffee in there was grown by women, right?
Mm.
And so it's just a beautiful thing, man. Yeah, I love the country. I'm definitely coming back. This is one place that I could definitely live. I don't know if I will live here. I may live in Tanzania once I get there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Don't know.
Yeah. So initially, I was going to the Gambia before I came here, but some things happened that steered me to this particular area. So here I am. So it's a wonderful thing, and I encourage people, man. Look, you spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to go on them cruises to Mexico and all these other places, and that's nice.
Mm.
But you can come to Africa for less than that
Mm.
and be here with your people
Mm.
and experience the motherland. It ain't no place like it. That's why everybody else is here. You know.
Let them know, man. Let them know. Let them know. Let them know. Yeah, and I mean that's spot on, man. I mean, I hope people heed to your messages, and we're just trying to provide a platform to provide real insight and experiences like yourself, and hopefully we can encourage some people to take advantage of it, and go out and, like you said, try to transform their lives into something bigger and better. So that's what we're doing, man. Let's once you shout out to your what you got going on, any projects like you said that you have a new, or you're trying to do some new series with your books, but are you having a blog, or do you have a website, or any social media links that you want to shout out so the audience can follow you?
Yes, you can go on my YouTube channel, which is Blacknificent,
Hmm.
like magnificent and Blacknificent .com. That is my YouTube channel. Also, you can connect with there on Instagram as well.
Hmm.
Blacknificent. So I've started a YouTube channel. I also have a podcast myself called Blacknificent.
Hmm.
I started out as African Diaspora Going Home was the
Hmm.
name of the show. But then something came to me after I got that started and said, no, you need to do a little bit more than podcasts. Maybe you need to create a media company. And so I did some brainstorming, and the ancestors came to me and gave me that name.
What I'll do is I'll leave a link to your website there for your YouTube channel, and also for your social media, so our audience can try to follow your links as well.
Awesome, awesome, and I'll make sure I'll put that in the in our Facebook messaging, so you'll have that information to if so everything can be correct. Also, the listening audience can purchase the book on Amazon.
On Amazon,
From
okay.
Broke to Bentley: My Journey to Success. Very easy to find. You'll know it when you see it. The book has a red cover and a tall, dark, and intelligent young man on it, which is me. right?
something that looks like you,
Uh,
right? Somebody who looks like you.
yes.
Well, it is your journey, so it better be you, right? It is your journey.
Awesome, man. Man, I really appreciate you reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity to be on the show. And you're on it, man. Think global.
That's it.
Think
Think global.
global. You know, it's some. I know some people back at home in my neighborhood where I grew up at. And in many neighborhoods across the country, we all know this, that people just think locally. They don't think outside of their own community,
Mm.
right? So the world is too big to have small thoughts,
Mm.
right? And so we have to think big. We have to think globally because we're living in a global world now. So here we are. You grew up in Seattle.
Yeah.
I grew up in Ohio,
Yeah.
and you're in Africa, and I'm in Africa, and we're doing a podcast.
You see?
You know what
You
I mean?
see? You see? You see? You see? So, I mean, if that doesn't say something, I don't know what will, right? Like, that's it. That's it. You know, and it's just going to
Yes,
continue on to that trend. So, like you said, we're here. We have to think global.
yes. You're doing some wonderful work, man.
Hey, I
Wonderful work.
appreciate you, man. I
Tell
love
the
you,
wife I
man.
said
I
hi.
will do, man. I will do. You be safe. Enjoy all that good food. Have a really good trip to Tanzania. I'm gonna send you some more information about that, those properties in Mozambique. But yeah, man, all the success to you, man. I wish you all the very best. Be safe while you're traveling, man. And yeah, hold it down, man. Enjoy yourself, man.
Will do, brother. Love you much, man.
All right,
Peace and
brother.
love.
All right, peace,
All right,
man.
man.
All right,
Peace. All
peace,
right.
peace.
Peace.